I just moved to St. Pete and it's been great. I lived in Tampa for 3 years and I went home to Jersey for 4 years, and the whole time I was there I just wanted to be here so badly. I worked really hard. I saved, a decent amount of money, so I was able to buy a house here, which was awesome, except my house flooded in Hurricane Helene. That's why I'm in this apartment right now. Honestly, despite, the hurricanes, I can't believe how much relief I feel just being here in St. Pete. This is Sage right here. She's lived in Arizona, New Jersey, and St. Pete. I wanted a golden retriever my whole life, so when I got her, it was like meant to be best friends. My favorite things to do in St. Pete, I love the beach, and they just opened back up. That is amazing. Taking that walk on the beach, oh my gosh, it was just one of the most mindful things I've done for myself in a long time. I just joined this yoga studio and I'm obsessed with it. I go 4 or 5 times a week. If you were to ask me like 3 years ago if I pictured my life here, I would have told you absolutely not. I was in the lowest point in my life. I was in jail for a month. My world really turned around then, and it really opened my eyes to, you don't know when you can lose everything. I had goals at that point to move back to Florida, and I knew that those goals were basically in the garbage at that point in time because I couldn't even think about Florida when I just had to focus on getting through every day at that point. Actually, I applied to grad school when I was in Arizona. I didn't get into any of the schools, and I was devastated because I wanted this so badly for myself. I wanted to be a therapist. I wanted to go to grad school. I knew what I wanted to do. They were telling me that, what I went through was not considered trauma. It's considered an emotional experience. It's no one's job to label trauma except for the only person that's been through it, What I missed most when I was in jail was being respected by people. And I'm like freaking out, okay? Like I literally got yanked out of my bed. They're like, yeah, you're going to jail. I'm like, oh my gosh, what the hell? I can't even call my siblings or my parents or my attorneys to let them know what's going on, that I'm okay. I think that was probably the scariest moments for my friends and my family. The fact that they knew that I was there but they couldn't get a hold of me, and no one would help me. Literally no one. They would just turn their back on me. Did not have anyone that cared about me in my close proximity for a month, especially in the isolation area and the quarantine area. The problem is in the quarantine area, people are there because they're physically abusive. I was the only one there that was in quarantine because I was actually quarantining. They were there because they were violent. People that are, throwing up and screaming because they're withdrawing, and you can't sleep at night because it's all you're hearing, and then people are fist fighting in the bathrooms, I think I was so numb, honestly. I think that those fears are starting to disappear as time goes on, and that's true. Time does heal things. I applied to 3 schools. I got into all 3 of them. I came forward about my situation to the school that I'm at now. They were like, thank you for sharing this. This experience is only going to help you as a therapist later on. Definitely a lot of barriers, definitely a lot of battles. It wasn't easy, a lot of, judgment I faced, but I'm here now and I'm doing it. Especially when I was in jail, I was very motivated because I was seeing people around me that I saw were struggling so much. My problems are so little compared to these people that I'm watching, withdrawal. People just can't find a way out of it. And honestly, a lot of people, when you want to give them therapy, are looking for credibility as well. It's like, well, what do you know about this situation? And in this case now, I can say, actually, I do know about your situation because I've actually been there before. The charge is dismissed. It's all out of my hands. I don't have to worry about it anymore. I think that adjusting to knowing that, is going to be big, and it's going to take time for that to fall into place too. Here's the thing, in life, there's pain, right? There's a difference between pain and suffering. In my opinion, suffering is something we do to ourselves when we dwell on the pain too much. Understanding that will help you for the rest of your life. The situation that you're in now can be the playbook for the future. How do you want the